In the vast untamed depth of Minecraft, many secrets are buried, and one of them was the Goat Man. Half human, half goat. His very size sends shiver down to the spine of players. His hatred for them burned like an unquenchable fire. And wherever he spot one, he unleashed merciless fury. But who was this creature before the curse? What tragedy turned him into such a terror? To uncover the truth, we must travel back far in time, when somewhere far away near the forest, there was a beautiful village, and there lived a kind-hearted villager, a boy with a unique love for goats. His fondness wasn't random. It was born from a haunting event in his childhood. On a tragic day, his parents were killed, and in the haze of his blurred memories, he only recalled being saved by a goat. From that moment, God held a sacred place in his heart. Whenever he saw a goat in danger, he'd risk everything to protect it, even if it meant fighting others. This earned him ridicule from the villagers, who branded him as mad. Yet his mockery didn't affect him. His goats were his family, and he cared for them deeply. But as time passed, an unsettling mystery emerged. Every 2 to 3 days, a goat would disappear. The boy couldn't understand what was happening, so he turned to the villagers for help. But instead of assisting, they laughed at him. They mocked him, saying, "Maybe your gods are angry with you and ran away." But deep inside he felt it, a darkness. Something was wrong. Something had unfolded that should never have come to pass. Within the very heart of his village, isolated and heartbroken, the boy resolved to uncover the truth alone. He prepared himself for a night of vigilance, unaware it would be last normal night of his life. When the sun dipped below the horizon and darkness blanketed the land, the boy readied himself. He heard his goat inside, securing them safely, and placed a straw-filled dummy outside to bait the culprit. Hours ticked by. The silence of the night was deafening, but the time passed and nothing happened, due to which his heavy eyelids gave way to sleep. Suddenly, a strange sound jolted him awake, a noise like an animal growling. Peering through the window, he saw nothing, but his instincts warned him of danger. He waited 10 minutes and tried to understand the situation. Then, gripping his courage, he stepped outside and ran near the dummy, but he was shocked to see the dummy he had placed was shredded in pieces. Confirming his fear, a beast was preying on his goats. Just then he heard an eerie sound in the distance. He turns to see from where the sound's coming from, but seeing that, he was frozen in his place. A monstrous wolf-like creature was dragging off the neighbor goats, its glowing eyes piercing the darkness. As it fled, it let out an unnatural howl that sent shiver through the village. The villagers, awoken by the commotion, gathered to witness the horror. Their mocking laughter was replaced by sheer terror as they realized the boy's warnings were true. Something evil was stalking their village. But amidst the chaos, someone noticed the boy was gone. Where was the boy? The boy had already bolted towards the forest, desperate to stop the wolf and save the goats it had taken. It didn't matter if the goats weren't his, he couldn't let them die. As long as breath filled his lungs, nothing could harm a goat on his watch. If he could save just one, he would. And so he plunged into the shadow of the forest. Following the trail of blood, he reached a secluded corner where something strange caught his eyes. As he kept closer, he saw something that sent a chill into his spine. a grotesque monster ripping into the helpless ghosts. Their cries of agony filling the air. The ground was littered with corpses, some of ghosts, others of unfortunate players. No, he wasn't a wolf, he was something else. Suddenly he hears the noise of a goat. His heart sank as he spotted a lone goat is still alive, hanging upside down, crying in pain. The boy could no longer hold back. The painful cries of the goat searing into his mind. Desperation gripped him as he searched for the ways to save them. And then an idea struck. Without hesitation, he grabbed the snowball and hurled it as far as he could, making the monster stun. And he dashed toward the source, eager to investigate. Seizing the opportunity, the villager rushed toward, his heart pounding. He reached the goat hanging helplessly upside down and quickly freed them, releasing it into the jungle. Just as he turned to leave, his eye landed on a strange enchanted horn. A powerful pull drew him towards it, and for a moment he lost control of himself. He fought the urge, managed to turn away, but then from a distance he saw a monster approaching. Panic surged through him. With no time to think, he grabbed the horn and blew it. The monster stopped, its movement frozen, as if time itself had paused. But the villager soon felt a strange sensation, one that quickly morphed into the unbearable pain. His body retailed as every cell began to mutate, and the entire jungle echoed with their agonizing scream. In an instant, he was no longer human. Half man, half goat. The villager trembled at the sight of his new form. His body wracked with confusion, yet amidst the chaos, a strange power pulsed within him. As he looked ahead, he saw a figure. Slowly, he approached, his heart sinking in pain. There, before him lying his father. But how? His mind couldn't comprehend it. He didn't understand that there was the monster. But how did the body of his father come there? And even he was dead. Then he realized that the monster from which he was running away, he was actually his father. And that horn holds some curse. And whoever blew it become a monster. He was thinking all this thing, and suddenly his blurred memory of his childhood, don't know how, but they started becoming clear. He finally understood the truth. His parents had died in an accident. They had been attacked by a monster. The creature killed his mother, but his father fought fiercely to protect him, determined to save his son. But the cursed claimed him too, slowly turning him into a monster. But before the transformation was complete, my father had left me in a village, hoping that penance would break the curse. My father wasn't weak. He was a mighty warrior. For weeks, even months, he had battled the curse with everything he had. But in the end, the curse overcame him, taking control of his mind, and he had become a very monster he had fought so hard to resist. As the villager reflected on all this, a deep sorrow filled him. He wasn't a warrior like his father. He was just a child, consumed by the thought, what can I do to escape this? But deep down he knew there was no way out. Yet desperate for one last chance, he decided to return to the village, hoping the villagers would help him. He ran for miles, clinging to that fragile hope. But when he arrived Everything had changed. The air was thick with suspicion. The villagers were on edge, their eyes wary. The moment he entered, they reacted swiftly, sending their iron golem to confront him. He could have easily defeated him, but he hadn't come to fight. He only wanted to speak and talk to the villager. But no, they wasn't willing to listen. Seeing no other choice, he fled. His last hope shattered. Within days, the curse consumed him entirely, claiming his mind and soul. He became the Goat Man. Alright guys, that was the story of the Goat Man. If you like the video, hit the like button. Also YouTube thinks you gonna love this video, so click on it and watch it. Baki, I'm gonna meet you in the next video. Jald milenge.